Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of April 29th, 2020. I know I've been gone for about a month with getting the kids back onto, or getting the kids onto their um, distance learning for their school, me getting adjusted to my school routine as well with the distance learning, and my new kind of schedule at the comic book store. I have not yet had time to actually sit down and record any videos. I've and there hasn't been any new books, so there's no real reason for a pull list video. But we finally got some new books that are coming in, and those are from DC. If you guys are following anything that's going on in comic book news, DC has partnered with two distribution companies, one Lunar, and I don't remember the name of the other one. Lunar is taking care of the West Coast, and the other one is taking care of the East Coast. And basically, the Midwest is part of some Midwest is part of each of them. But DC is releasing books now. They're slowly coming out with books, and hopefully by the beginning of June we'll be back to kind of almost like regular scheduling from DC. But who knows? Diamond has said that we're getting new books on May 20th. So look out for that there, and that's all books. So don't know what's going on. A lot of stuff is up in the air right now with the comic book industry, especially with distribution. And DC apparently trying to push a Tuesday new release day for books to basically line up promotions for things that are sold on Amazon or bookstores, because they get those products a week later. I have no idea. That mainly just applies to graphic novels, so who knows. But you're here for my pull list, and so let me get right to it. First up on my pull list is the one that we didn't get before, but we finally got it back in, and that is the Batman Giant number 3. So I'm super stoked to that. Batman Giant number 4 is actually supposed to be out this week, but we got the wrong copies sent to us. We got the Walmart copies, which Walmart's copies of the Giants have a reprint cover. Comic book stores get an exclusive cover, all their own. So Batman Giants on its way. So the first week of shipping, there's something that wasn't there was a big error. So oh well. And the only other thing I got this week was The Dreaming 20, which is the final issue of The Dreaming. So, yeah, so that's pretty much it. There was a handful, there was a couple more, there was like only one more brand new book. The others were reprints. Next week, there'll be more books that are coming out. So, yeah, be on the lookout for those. But I have been reading a couple of things. Again, my reading when your schedule's thrown all out of whack, getting back into the routine of some semblance of normal is difficult. I know a lot of people online are going, well, there's no new comics, so what's new to you on this new comic book day? So things that I have read or picked up over the course of this shelter in place that's been going on is the first one is the life-changing manga of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. We had this as like an upsell product at the front counter, and I just picked it up and started reading through it, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Nice little thing. It's funny that there's a manga version of this for comic book people, but hey, comic book people are some of the people that need to learn how to purge and get rid of stuff. So yeah. The other thing was I picked this up fairly cheap on Amazon when I saw it. That is The Bridge by Peter Tomasi. This is basically about the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. Really well done. Amazing job. I really enjoyed it. So if you're curious, check it out. The Bridge was really good. I did go back to the past a little bit, and I've never actually read this, but everyone says it's great. And that's the Doom Patrol by Grant Morrison. Yeah, this first trade was fantastic. I loved the DC Universe show, so reading this stuff was just really cool. And man, weird as all hell, just like the show. Really, really great stuff. Highly recommend Doom Patrol. I can't wait to dive into the volumes 2 and 3 of Morrison's run. So yeah. Currently, I went even further back, and I'm reading the Jack Kirby Mr. Miracle stuff. So I'm a little bit into it, as you can see. But I'm checking out Kirby's Mr. Miracle run from the 70s. And so far, it's been really interesting, really cool. I'm actually curious to read issue 9 out of here because it's apparently one of Kevin Sharp's favorite issues. So yeah, looking forward to that one. And I also bit the bullet with making some purchases on this Shelter in Place, and I actually finally decided to grab the Harley Quinn, Amanda Conner, Jimmy Palmiotti omnibuses. So this is volume 1. Oh, here's the other one, and this is volume 2. So there's one more volume coming out. It collects all the stuff that Jimmy and Amanda has done with Harley. So it's really, really great stuff. So I'll probably be getting rid of some of my hardcovers and trades of that stuff down the road. But got to make sure I have everything before I do that. So yeah, other than that, just getting through the Shelter in Place. Comic book store is still open for online orders, so I've been doing mail order and shipping stuff out. So head over to comicsconspiracy.biz. If there's anything you want to pick up, order it and we'll ship it out to you. We still are getting reorders in, so we can at least, if we're out of something, check back or contact Ryan and see if it's something that we can order for you. So, and that's if you want to contact Ryan, you can contact him at ryan@comicsconspiracy.biz. Yeah, that's pretty much it. For a lot of the news, I would recommend popping over to our podcast, The Comics Conspiracy, just because we've talked about a lot of the stuff that's been going on with the industry, especially with, how crazy everything has been since we haven't had comics. I know that people are like, retailers have just been up in arms about all of this stuff, and like, there's everybody's just, it seems like everyone wants to yell instead of people wanting to figure things out and make things better. So who knows? But yeah, you can listen to those over at I'll put a link in the description below. We actually finished recording episode 450 of the Comic Conspiracy podcast, where we actually talk more on that DC Tuesday push for Tuesday new release books. So yeah, check it out. There'll be a link in the description below as usual. Let me know what you're reading. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you have found. Maybe not a new book, but an old book. Let me know if there's any books that you were getting that you're kind of like, well, I'm not really going to go back to buying them once we get back. I know everything is a really kind of an upheaval right now, and we don't know what's going to happen. I've definitely thought about books that I'm like, do I really need to keep going with this when we actually start getting books back on a regular basis? So who knows? But yeah. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. For as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes, and getting products. So thank you very much to all of our backers. It helps out immensely. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle's @BrockSager. You can also help me out a little more directly. Man, I'm butchering my exit, but I haven't done this in a month, and I have to get it done because I'm on a time crunch, and I'm posting this later. So that's my life. But you can help me a lot more directly. I'm through any of the links here or at conspiratorbrock.com. If you click on any of the Amazon links and purchase that item or anything else that you find after clicking through some more, I'll get a cut of it. Thank you to people who do that, as well as heading over to my eBay page. That helps out as well, and I'm constantly purging stuff. I need to get some stuff up and listed fairly soon, so hopefully I'll have some new items up there for you. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I did start Tom King's Once Crowded Sky, about 64 pages into it. It was really good. I've really enjoyed it. But again, I think I got really burnt out on reading right before we did the Shelter in Place with, getting through that the Expanse series of books. 8 books over almost 550 pages each. So I'm kind of in this, I need to decompress with reading, but and I still have half a short box of new stuff, of comics that I haven't read yet that are newer. So yeah, lots of stuff. But I hope everyone's safe. I hope everyone stays safe in these really crazy times. But it's good that comic books are coming back, but I want them to come back at a natural pace. I don't want it to be forced, especially since there could be another rise in COVID cases if things go back to normal too quickly. So, well, stay safe, and new comics are coming our way or next week, so be ready for it, and be ready for May 20th when most of the books start coming back. Not full bore, but they'll come back. So, yep. And I can say this, I'll see you next week.